What is up, guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you guys are new. Hi, it's Keisha. Nice to meet you all. Get in here because we've got quite a bit to get on into. There's actually something stuck in my teeth. I think it's a little bit of my oatmeal. Why am I looking at my nails? Anyways, hi everyone. We need to go ahead and talk about James Charles' response because he has officially responded and chose to do it on the exact same day as Kayla's court case.
And just like that, justice was served. Justice was served. I'm like really happy right now. I'm gonna probably start sobbing, but I'll tell you all the details. But I won.
Now listen, if we're gonna call some things odd, let's do it. In this video, I'm gonna go ahead and react to James Charles' video. He posted a TikTok video and a lot of you guys have been sharing it with me on my TikTok DMs. A lot of you guys have been sending it to me over on Instagram too. You guys wanna hear my take, so I'm gonna give you guys my honest, keyword, honest take. If I do think there's elements of where James Charles is telling the truth, then sure, let's go ahead and call that out. If there are things that still sound very strange or questionable, we're also gonna go ahead and call it out. It's about keeping it very fair. At the end of the day, if someone is accusing you of doing things in which you genuinely believe isn't the truth, and you have receipts for it, then at the end of the day, how many times am I gonna say at the end of the day? It's actually the beginning of the day, it's actually 9 a.m. Then we're gonna go ahead and talk about it, okay? So, number one, however, though, I want to go ahead and make this very clear, and I don't care whether you guys are like, whoa, can't believe you just said that. I said it. I'm not one to quickly believe a groomer or believe somebody who likes chatting to kids and sending kids their arse cheeks. So give me a second if I'm not fully buying it. Like, give me some time if I have to warm up to it a little bit. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I can't figure out those things. When I look at James Charles, I think of arse cheeks, unfortunately, and I think of 15-year-olds and 16-year-olds, but that's not down to my doings. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen my recent videos, go ahead and check it out. It is only right though, and I have preference in those videos also that let's wait for James Charles' statement. Again, I don't know why he's doing it on the same day as Kayla's court case. I think that's very calculated because we all knew the court hearing would be on the 7th of May. So for you to pick that specific day, it feels a little bit strategic if you ask me. Most likely, a lot of the times before James Charles is posting things, especially to do with like accusations or to do with like big cases, you're gonna have to go through your lawyer, you're gonna have to go through your team as well. Okay, so James Charles most likely did all of those things and still decided to do it on the 7th of May. Don't know about you, but it seems very calculated. I don't know about you. If you guys haven't entered my giveaway, I'll put it on the screen for you guys right now. It's Keisha_. It is going to be a international giveaway. I'm gonna be giving away a bunch of goodies for you guys, so stay tuned. It's gonna be only Instagram. So all you have to do, follow me on Instagram. It's Keisha_. Is the challenge accepted or not? What are you waiting for? All right, let's get started. Very intrigued to know what he has to say. Wait, let me read the caption first before we hear from this man. Filmed this yesterday, but I promised privately that I would wait for the court case to be over before speaking publicly. Happy Kayla got the justice that she deserves. And the top comment is, who else kind of believes him, with 607.3 thousand likes. And then a comment underneath that says, this was actually a really good response in my opinion, with over 415.3 thousand likes.
I do not support Evan Johnson in any way, shape, or form. Let me make that fucking clear. I don't support him, I don't support violence against women, and I sure as hell do not support the disgusting, deplorable, violent, heinous acts that he committed against Kayla Malik behind closed doors. I really fucking hope and pray that when this goes to court this week, Kayla gets justice for what that man put her through. At the same time, the videos that I'm currently seeing all over my For You page are disturbing to me. This is not TikTok tea and drama for everyone else's entertainment. This is real people dealing with some really...
Sorry, guys, I'm listening. I promise I'm listening. I'm not gonna pause too much, but I think it's like right message, wrong messenger. I don't know what, like, I just can't get past certain things that he's done. I don't know why. Like, am I wrong for that? Like, am I wrong for automatically coming into this judging him? I don't think I'm wrong for that, but hey, let's continue listening. I also love how this is so predictable. You know, the messy hair that hasn't really fully been styled, the black hoodie, you know, like I just, okay. I think I've spent so many years analyzing people's apology videos and kind of knowing what's to come. I've seen some people in the comment section saying stuff like, oh my god, he's not stuttering, I believe him. You guys need to literally actually get a life. Like, you know, there's something called rehearsals, you know, there's something called scripting. But hey, let's continue. Let me not judge. I'm trying.
Shit. The conversation has completely shifted focus away from Kayla Malik and how she was brave enough to speak.
I don't know, because I said that as well. I was even saying, like, I can't remember who I was talking to, or maybe I was talking to you guys, I don't know. I yap a lot, if you guys don't know. I was talking to someone, I was like, isn't it very funny how, like, it feels like the shift has been taken away from Kayla and what it is that she's had to endure in that toxic ass relationship where she was literally getting beat black and blue, by the way, in case you forgot. And it seems as though, like, the focus has been on everything but that, which I understand. I don't understand, actually. I think people just want a juicy story, a juicy narrative, because that's better than hearing something that sounds awful and sad, right? That is like the times that we live in. So I do definitely agree with that. But I don't know, a lot of this just seems like things that someone with common sense would say, but I don't know if James Charles actually has common sense. So that's why I'm like, girl, was this you? But let's continue though. Again, maybe it is him. Maybe he is actually not as, I don't know. I don't want to finish that sentence.
Through to how James Charles involved, the downfall, Bye Sister 2.0, where's the apology video? It's distracting from the actual issue at hand, which is domestic violence. I have not spoken out about this for a couple of different reasons. The main one being, this is going to court this week. Anything I or anybody else says...
But why did you post it on the same day? Like, that's weird. I don't care what anyone says. That's really weird to me. Why would you post it on the same day? Like, what? Would this have come out if Kayla didn't win? I'm just... Anyways.
Can and probably will be used by either Evan's defense attorney or the judge to affect the outcome of its ruling. And I didn't want to put Kayla at any risk for that. I hate that I'm getting online and filming this video right now, but I truthfully have no other choice because I've also spent the last several weeks trying to get in contact with the only person involved in this that actually matters and needs to hear the truth, Kayla. And that's Kayla Malik. And she has been unwilling to have a conversation with me. And frankly...
Do you know what? I think that... she doesn't need to have a conversation with you because that's probably like the last thing she wants. She knows something. Kayla knows something, in my opinion. I feel like in Kayla's TikTok videos, right, there's always a comment about James Charles and she's always liking it, or she's always saying that, like, I'll wait till after court. You don't say that unless you have something tangible to say, to share with your platform where you have millions and millions and millions of followers, you know? So if James Charles truly had nothing to do with this, then why would Kayla be entertaining certain conversations in the comments, liking things? I don't know. For me, I'm waiting until Kayla comes out before I'm like, okay, this sounds fully believable. Because then why would Kayla be entertaining certain things? That's probably the last thing that she should be focusing on, no shade, where she has a court case coming up. Like, that's weird to me. Because I remember Kayla literally replying to a comment saying, I would talk about James Charles, like, you guys will hear it after the court case. So obviously the court case is come and done. I'm guessing that she's very interactive on social media, by the way. Even while this is all going on, she's still interactive. So she probably is going to speak on it. But she was unwilling to talk to you because she probably heard some things that you've done and doesn't want to be around you and engage with you. And I think that's completely fine. But also, I don't think that somebody who's gone through so much for over a year, and at that point anyways, had a court case coming up, and has probably heard things and seen things that you've done, would want to engage with you. That's probably the last thing on their mind. You are probably the last thing on their mind. But of course, with how messy people can be on the internet, or how invasive people can be on the internet, when someone leaves a comment like, okay, James Charles did that, maybe she's finding out about it just the same. I don't think she is, though. I think that she knew about these things. But, like, why would she entertain certain things if it wasn't true? And if that is true, that she's just doing it for the shits and gigs, then that is very weird behavior. And a lot of influencers are just hella weird. We don't know these people from anywhere. Let's be completely honest. I do empathize with Kayla, and I'm so happy that she got the justice that she deserved. 18 months is not enough time, if you ask me. And not enough time, if you ask me, for laying your hands, your paws on someone. And anyways, but something is a bit strange when it comes to that then.
I don't fucking blame her. After I watched the laughable interview between Be Better and Zach Sellers, I wouldn't want to have a conversation with me either if I was being fed complete bullshit lies and misinformation from the person whose only source of information is the same man that lied to and abused me for 9 months straight. At this point, I have no choice other than to get online, tell my story, and then prove my story to be true in a court of law.
A lot of people saying that Be Better is like this calculated being. I've never ever seen him before. If I'm being honest with you, I don't really like talk about TikTokers. Like, we do it occasionally, but I mainly talk about like YouTubers. So this is like a new field for me as well. I don't know a lot of these creators. Be Better, apparently someone who is used to scam people. Bitch, what? Like, why can't influencers just do better and just be, I don't know, normal? What in the... oh, goodness gracious me. I'm gonna watch my language because I did a mad prayer today. I did a good prayer. A 40-minute prayer. I need peace today, yeah? What is it with these influencers moving mad? Like, what is wrong with you? Scamming is crazy, okay? And I quite liked I think I reacted to like one of his videos, a little bit of the interview, right? And I thought he seemed like he was asking good questions. He seems like he wants to be like a journalist. I was really like supportive of it. What in the... Apparently Zach is out here like selling merchandise to try and shade James Charles and profiting off of it. Are we not forgetting Kayla in the middle of all this? You know what? Everyone's an opportunist, in my opinion. Everyone, at the end of the day, is truth though. Like, even if you put the situation to the side, everyone's an opportunist. Everyone's doing something to benefit them and their platform, okay? And it's such a shame because now I'm starting to think, like, do you guys even care about Kayla and the situation at all? Or was this something to use as a way for you to gain something? I don't understand. Because let's be real though, no shade or anything though, but Zach could benefit. Zach Sellers could benefit a lot in this situation because he's a model apparently. I don't know who he models for, but he's a model, I think, in his hometown. And, you know, all of this can boost his popularity. And we all know everybody loves a little bit of clout. Let's continue.
Doing Zach Sellers and anybody else that thinks it's funny or entertaining to get online and spread defamatory and slanderous lies, misinformation, completely bullshit, made up stories.
I agree with that. If you are on the internet spreading lies just for the sake of it, then that's strange. And I do believe karma is real. I do believe you would get your lick back. Like, I genuinely think that's weird for you to go out of your way to purposefully say something that you know deep down isn't true. That's mad. And I do think that you should have something coming to you for sure. And I'm not just talking about karma. I mean karma, yes, but I mean in terms of like, you know, James Charles should be able to get his legal team and sue. Like, I think that's only right then if you are genuinely spreading misinformation that you know deep down never actually happened, right? Now, if there's truth to it and you know that, that's a different story. But like, if you know deep down, hey, it makes for a great story, I can't actually prove this, people are enjoying it, people are liking me, then sure. Because now that I think about it though, I'm sure that some things that Zach Sellers was saying was the truth. I'm not gonna lie. But I do think that when you are someone like Zach Sellers who didn't have a platform before, you were just modeling or whatever. Who is he modeling for? Anyways, a girl, I think anyone could be. Am I being rude? I feel like every and anyone can be a model now. Let's just be completely real. And that's not me trying to say that I'm not trying to say that. I'm just saying, like, who is he modeling for? Like, can we see your credentials? I think it made for a great story, and this is going to sound very insane, me saying it. And check this out. It made for a great story. It is so easy to say things about James Charles. Now, is James Charles problematic and a flipping clown? Absolutely. There's no one that can ever try and change that script for me. Okay. But do I think it's so easy to throw certain names out there and for it to stick? Yes. But that's also down to your own doing, James Charles. So you have to understand that this is going to happen again and again for you, where people are probably going to spread misinformation if that is the case here. And that's something that if you haven't come to terms with that you need to come to terms with that immediately. It's going to happen. It is so easy because you've done X, Y, and Z in the past. People feel like, you know what? He's an easy target. Let me just do this, right? But if it is true that Zach Sellers was just doing this because it benefited him in a way, rather than his focus really being on Kayla, then that's crazy. Maybe his focus was on Kayla in the beginning and they got on the phone and they were talking and exchanging certain information. But I think that the more active his account got and the more engagement it got, he probably was gassed. It probably did get to his head. I do think in a lot of Zach Sellers' videos, he's like, I love you guys, I love you guys, I love you guys, thank you guys so much for the love, oh, thank you guys. I get it. It is good to exchange gratitude to your audience, but I do think it just feels very much like, oh my God, I'm building, my clout is going up. Thank you guys, I feel all the love, When it's like, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I could be reaching here, but I do think that also we are not, I don't know if the focus truly is only on Kayla or whether it's for your own benefit too. But that's that. Sorry, I keep pausing. I'm not sorry.
Views, likes, engagement, and galaxies. I'm done. This all started at the beginning of 2025 when I reached out to Kayla about her and Evan being in a Valentine's Day video together. She told me she couldn't. She was crashing out.
Let me zoom in. Do you want to be in a painted video with your man? That's what James Charles said. And then she said, I'm not even joking, this made me piss. I broke up with him effing last night. I saw your story and was crashing out. Tune in for the 30 part of Who the F Did I Marry series. And then James Charles said, what? And then she said, girl, he's effing crazy.
They had just broken up because he was crazy. I tried to lighten the mood a little bit and make a lighthearted joke.
And then James Charles said, what happened? Can I have him now? That's weird. I don't care how you try and flip and bop it. I'm telling you, people love to hide behind, oh my God, it's just humor. It's like my sense of humor. If you don't get it, you don't understand, but like, that's my sense of humor. I'm just trying to, no, that's weird. If someone tells you, If your so-called friend tells you they broke up with their boyfriend and get ready for the, what did she say? Get ready for the 30 part of Who the F Did I Marry series, why would you then feel it was right for you to say, can I have him now? Even if you said LMFAO. Like, that's strange to me. That's not how I'm going to talk to a friend of mine. That's weird. Because your friend is evidently trying to tell you that there was a breakup last night and you tried to slime your way in there. That says a lot about your character. I don't care what anyone tries to say. That is weird behavior to me. Still saying, can I have him now? So, okay, we are seeing evidence that it was made to have been said when Kayla told James Charles the entirety of the abusive relationship she was in. That's clearly not true here, because at this point James Charles wasn't aware of that, so that is true. But I still think it is really weird for him to have said that. And then he said, I'm so sorry, Kayla, you deserve better. And then she said, imagine like the worst things a human can do to you. I don't know why she's doing heart eye emojis. I don't really understand that either. That's a little bit weird. It would take hours to text. Like, I get it. Sense of humor is like very personal for you. Everyone's got their own sense of humor. I don't understand the heart eye emojis. Okay. Everyone has their own coping mechanism, I guess. I don't know. I'm just confused. I'm genuinely just confused, if I'm being honest with you. Like, it's different seeing text. Like, obviously you hear about certain things like, oh my god, this person said this and this person said that. But like, when you actually see the text here right in front of me, I'm just kind of like, and I love me a good emoji, but that would not be the emoji I'm using when I'm talking about an abusive ex. I'm just getting, can we be for real? So imagine like the worst thing a human can do to you. It would take hours to text, but you will see the series soon, because what the F, LMAO, but thank you so much. Congrats on all the painted love. And then James Charles said, oh God, you're actually doing a series on it. I'm sorry.
What actually happened between them? All she told me was that he did awful things to her and that I would find out more in her 30-part TikTok series.
Okay.
She said she was upset that she helped build his platform.
Oh, just wait, because I gave this man a platform. She did. And also, that same man, Evan Johnson, he decided to take content for Snapchat because he gets paid on Snapchat. Not anymore, because you're doing prison 18 months. Don't think I forgot. Okay. He decided to take some pictures, and then people were like leaving comments and saying, oh my god, your jawline is so snatched. Oh my god, you guys, people never cease to amaze me. You never cease to amaze me, bitch. His jawline is so snatched, so you shouldn't do prison time. You're disgusting. Let me not even try and drag you today, yeah? Not too much now. I'm trying to keep the peace in today's video. How am I doing? He said, Kayla, I'm sorry. You're so good. Thank you, sister.
Lies and abuse, and whenever she was healed, she was going to get online and expose him. I'm going to be so honest. I did not take this conversation very seriously. And obviously, now knowing what we all do, I fucking...
All right. Now, there's two ways I feel about this. I told you guys at the start of this video, I'm going to be so fair. I'm not going to drag someone because it just feels like the right thing to do. And it feels like the easiest thing to do or the safe thing to do. No, I'm going to keep it very fair. If someone had messaged me this, I'm not going to say, oh, can I have him now? Because that feels like you've been plotting on my ex. That's weird. It's weird. And I still think James Charles is weird for that, right? However common though, and I get it, everyone has their own sense of humor. But like if someone's constantly doing heart eye emojis after saying something serious, I don't think I'm going to receive it in that tone. I'm not going to receive it in that tone. And probably James Charles didn't see it to be anything. He probably didn't know there was DV happening. I believe that. I don't think he believed there was DV happening. But I do think he's an odd person. I think he's odd. I still can't get over that. Can I have him now? Because it's like, bro, why is that the first thing that comes out of your mouth? The flip? Not even, oh, I'm so sorry to hear. And just keeping it at that. Or whenever you feel like you want to talk to me about it, I'm here. That's weird. Okay? But do I think that James Charles knew that DV was involved here? I don't think so at all. I just don't think so at all. I don't think it was also helpful her using heart eye emojis. It just didn't make it feel serious. But I think James Charles should have just looked at the message and saw it as like, okay, they broke up. And then but then again, he should have seen the Who the F Did I Marry series thingy as like a sign that it was going to be crazy anyways. But I still don't think he probably thought it would be DV. I don't know.
Reading it back now, it is super clear that she was using humor to cope, and that is perfectly fine. And
so she was using humor to cope. I just think I've never been in that situation before, where someone's done that to me. So maybe that's why, like, I don't know. I know everyone has their own coping mechanism. I don't know too much about Kayla. Maybe she is someone who does do that. Like, I don't know the law behind Kayla or anything. I pretty much, unfortunately, just know her for this situation. But yeah, I mean, everyone has their own coping mechanism and their own way of dealing with things. I just don't know how I would receive it if someone had messaged me with like a bunch of heart eye emojis. I'd be kind of confused. But again, I guess you have to know the person enough to know. But then again, maybe Kayla knew or felt comfortable enough to come to James Charles with this information, because the thing is, she would have probably gotten into it and told him, but she said it was just way too long. You might as well just like wait for the series anyways, watch it when it comes out. So I don't know, it's a bit of a sticky one.
But at the time, I genuinely interpreted these messages as a messy breakup. Maybe he cheated, maybe they got into a drunken argument that ended badly. I could have never imagined what she was actually going through behind the scenes.
I believe that.
Kayla's own friends and family have said they had no idea what she was going through. I wish I could go back in time and...
I believe that for now. Now, if Kayla comes out to say, but you knew, my head is literally going to spin. I'm literally going to flip and faint at this point. Can I keep up? Not necessarily, no.
For her, tried to help her. I wish that I would have asked more questions, but frankly, I didn't feel comfortable doing so. First and foremost, she obviously wasn't ready to talk about it yet based on her last message. And secondly, me and Kayla Malik just weren't close friends. I don't say that.
So then why did you say, can I have him now? That's weird. Like, I get it if it's your close friend, then maybe they may know your sense of humor, but you weren't close enough to, like, that's just weird to me. I can't get over that comment. I'm sorry. But let's continue though.
Take away from her feelings about this. I don't say that to undermine what she went through. We've only met a couple of times. We collabed in 2023. She guest starred on a podcast with me in 2024, and we hung out at our mutual friend's Halloween party back in October.
Okay.
We've never hung out one-on-one. We've never had a deep conversation. I just really didn't know her that well to be able to interpret these messages and have a better idea of what was actually happening behind closed doors. And I wish more than anything I did, because I should have never gotten involved with this, but I did not know what she was going through. I really fucking hate to admit it, but I did have a brief friendship with Evan Johnson.
Wait. No, wait. Sorry. I need a minute. I was about to get comfortable, like put my chair back, feet up and everything. Like, I'm listening, innit? Wait. Sorry. 1 second, guys. Maybe I'm not hearing that correctly. Also, like, I've seen people say stuff like, oh my god, like, he didn't stutter. I mean, he didn't stutter, fair. But also, like, you have to understand that when you've been in this game for such a long time, you've had to do, like, a multiple apologies now. What apology are we on? Like, number 4 or 5? There's this thing called scripting. There's this thing, that's why a lot of people don't come through straight away with a response, because they're too busy, like, rehearsing things. Just saying, that could also be a possibility. Or maybe it's at the top of his dome, and, like, you don't need to script or stutter. I don't know.
Really fucking hate to admit it, but I did have a brief friendship with Evan Johnson that started and ended well before I ever learned.
Oh, okay, friendship. I thought you said relationship. So James Charles, you didn't send a picture of your arse cheeks to him, because we know you love to do that. That's what I'm saying. It's so easy to create a story if that was what happened here. It's so easy for certain people because you're just a monster yourself. You do weird, heinous things. Therefore, people find it so easy. That's wrong. But like, I'm just saying.
What was going on behind the scenes. He reached out to me a couple of days later asking me for advice and told me the same exact story that Zach Sellers believed and then repeated on the Be Better podcast, which was that the relationship was toxic, they both said things and did things that they shouldn't have, and a bunch of other stories that genuinely made me believe Evan Johnson was the victim in the situation. He told me that he moved back to Nashville to go to church and get...
But shouldn't you have believed Kayla? That's your friend. You only know Evan Johnson because of Kayla. Like, do you not, or shouldn't you have loyalty to your friend? Like, I get it was probably like business transactions and business moves between you and Kayla, but like, I'd find it even weird if you had more of a connection with Evan, or you felt you could trust him more than Kayla. And also doing this behind Kayla's back, like, why are you even involved? Like, can we actually start there? Why are you, there's so many people, yeah, there's YouTubers who are always at the scene of a crime, but James Charles has to be the one that's always there. I can see the same thing. It used to be like a Shane Dawson or a Jeffree Star or a Nikita Dragon, but now, bitch, it's just James Charles who's always at the scene of a crime. Can someone make it make sense for me, babes? Because I can't quite understand this one, you know? Even my dog is shickety shockety shook. My dog is jumping around everywhere like, mama. Yeah, because dogs can speak. I need a minute, you know? I need actually a minute. What the flip is going on here? Why are you even like in cahoots with Evan Johnson? Like, huh? Why didn't you further ask Kayla questions if that was the case, or like give Kayla the heads up? But let's continue though. Maybe he's gonna get to that.
Trying to become a better man, and he seemed vulnerable. He seemed real, and he seemed.
But what's it got to do with you, James Charles? What's it got to do with you, James Charles? You couldn't see the tactic here. You couldn't see what everyone was trying to do. You probably were all like heart eyes because, again, remember what you said to Kayla, can I have him now? So you probably saw this as an opportunity. I genuinely believe something isn't making sense here at all. There's too many cracks.
That Kayla was going to get online and start telling lies about him, and he knew exactly what to say to relate it back to a situation that I was in that made me have sympathy for him and be on his side.
And what situation was that? And what situation was that, James Charles? Can you elaborate on what? Because maybe some of us forgot. No, seriously. If someone in the comment section can let me know what situation is he talking about? Because that's another thing. James Charles lives in denial, so I need to know what situation he's referring to here. Was it victim number 3, 4, 5, 6, or what?
Forever believing him, but when I was in a similar situation, all I cared about was anybody treating me like a human being and hearing me out and being there for him. So that's what I tried to provide. We became closer. We would start FaceTiming. He was very suicidal.
What are you FaceTiming about? You wouldn't tell him to go to God? He said he's going to church. So you wouldn't leave him to God? Going to therapy? What? How are you involved in this? And the fact is, why did you continue to allow yourself to be involved in this? Like, I get it, you're looking back now and reflecting and like, I take accountability for this, I should have done this. But like, why did you allow yourself to get involved? Why? You enjoyed the fact that he was coming to you. You enjoyed the fact that you guys were having conversations. You said to Kayla, can I have him now? And it wasn't a joke, in my opinion. I think there was, and you know what they would say? There's truth to a lot of these so-called jokes. So I just don't understand how this kept going and going and going to the point where you guys are now FaceTiming. You go from texting to FaceTiming. It's like, you didn't want to just be like, you know what, I wish the best for you guys in this situation, you know, figure out between yourselves, or just allow time to, like, you didn't give, like, that should have been the only advice. It shouldn't be a thing where it's like, okay, now I need to hop on a phone call with him, because it's like, what are you guys just thinking about? We don't have proof of that either, you know? I don't know, I just feel like you should not have allowed yourself to be in the situation, especially if you knew it sounded messy anyways. You know, but I do think James Charles loves a little bit of drama. He loves a little bit of mess. Whether he's involved or not directly involved, he will always find a way to just chime in and know, oh, wait, let me know more. What do you mean by this? Sister, what? You know?
Press, and eventually he told me that he wanted to come out to LA to escape and get his mind off of things for a weekend, so I invited him out. All we did was sit on the couch, order...
What? No. I'm sorry, if I'm Kayla, I'm still pissed. If I'm Kayla, I'm going to be pissed. What do you mean you literally flew out? Oh my God. You literally invited him out to LA because you run it. You invited him to LA, your friend, who you should have had a little bit more loyalty towards, let's be honest. You should have left the whole situation alone, let's be real, okay? But you decided to invite him out to LA because he was suicidal and depressed. He don't have no other family or friends. He needed you, James Charles. Okay, that's weird. Just gonna clock it, all right? I'm scrolling through the comments right now. Everyone's saying I believe him, and that's fine. Have your opinion. I just feel a little... There's cracks to this story. What is your intention here? To just help a friend out? But you weren't friends. And I'm not just flying out anybody. No, I'm not. What do you get from it? Is it because you genuinely want to see them do good and progress and flourish because they're so sad and suicidal? Like, I just don't understand, James. Right? Let's continue.
Watch movies, but over the course of the weekend, I slowly...
You just watched movies? Damn it. I really want to believe this so bad, and I probably should believe this, but like, why am I struggling to like see it as a thing where they just sat down and watched movies? Now, can people just sit down and watch movies and it not lead to anything? Sure. I'm not quick to always believe a groom. I'm just gonna be real. And you go check me, boo.
His stories were not exactly lining up. There were inconsistencies, and I started to get worried that I might be on the wrong side of things, and that was confirmed as soon as Kayla noticed that he was at my house, and I had to lie to her. I didn't know what to do.
You had to lie to her? This makes James Charles a weak friend. This makes James Charles a weak person. I don't care. Like, I get it. He's here sitting down here trying to reveal the truth from his perspective. And there's multiple sides to every story. Let's be real. And then there's the truth. So, I think it's very important we wait for Kayla's response. But like, this is very strange, and this makes you look like a weak person and a vulnerable, someone who can easily be taken advantage of. Well, you do that to other kids though, to be fair. But 1 second, I need a water break. I'm dehydrated. I keep yapping a lot. This makes you somebody who's not trustworthy from the situation, and somebody who generally you can't stand on your own 2 feet. You're someone who doesn't have discernment, clearly. I think he probably saw it as like, okay, this is a cute guy. I think he's really cute. We may not do anything, but like, I'm happy to have him in my home because, in my opinion, he's cute. Even though Evan Johnson, do not get the hype, by the way. You got people talking about, oh my god, his jawline's so snatched. Can you guys grow up? Get some kahunas about you. Brother.
I realized then that I was in the middle of a very fucking messy situation that I should have never gotten involved with in the first place.
Duh.
This man was...
You are 25 years of age. At your big age, you didn't think to yourself, let me take 2 steps back. 1 hop this time. Dun, dun, dun. But you still decided to literally buy him tickets to come to LA. His broadcast couldn't do it for himself, no? Why are you trying to play... Like, I genuinely think James Charles got something. I know that people, like, I get it. The vast majority of people are like, oh my god, I believe him. Like, oh my god, he's not stuttering. I believe him. You guys need to understand that someone as tactical as James Charles, you know what, sure, you know what, mission accomplished. I get it. But people to not actually fully look into everything is a little bit odd to me, right? James Charles is probably accurate of things that he's saying in his video, yes. But I do think there's a lot of cracks to the story too. And I do think there's a lot of things that he's got to work on, apart from him being a groomer and him liking little kids and sending them his arse cheeks, and, you know, taking mirror pictures like, do you guys love it? Are you shaved or hairy? You know, he's got so many things he's got to work on. I'm not fully buying it just yet. You know, it's like, why did you involve yourself to the entirety that you did?
And I didn't know how to get out of it.
And bitch, I'm going to pause it again because it's a commentary channel. Let me yap, okay? I think it's flipping awkward. I think it's really awkward that you literally went to go and buy him tickets. I'm not buying anyone tickets, respectfully. Crazy.
I told Evan straight up I was uncomfortable, I was upset that I had to lie to her, and that we could not hang out any further. He respected that, and the next morning, he flew home. As soon as Evan left LA, I immediately started making myself unavailable to him because I recognized that he was not the man he was telling me he was. But it wasn't until a month later, when Kayla uploaded her video, He Doesn't Love You, that I actually got to sit and watch how much of a monster he is. My jaw was on the floor for all 2 hours of that video. Could not believe what I was watching and seeing. The horrendous verbal abuse, the violent physical abuse. I was shocked. I was ashamed for not taking me and Kayla's conversation more seriously. I was embarrassed for ever believing that man's...
And this goes back to the point, yeah? We love accountability. We love to see somebody actually recognize a lot of their wrongdoings. God, I need to stop saying that. I just find it hard to believe James Charles. But that is the harsh reality, though. And that's kind of what you've done to yourself, you know? However, this kind of proved my point of what it is that I preached in one of my recent videos. I do honestly believe that James Charles will listen to a guy more than he will listen to a woman first. I don't know if he really... I don't know if James Charles likes women, but likes them because they benefit him and his platform. You know, and they're the ones constantly selling out his makeup lines, yada yada yada. Okay. Instead of James Charles to have, I don't know why he would insert himself into it, but instead of him to maybe talk to Kayla and communicate more, he decided to do things in a very sneaky manner behind the scenes, and you didn't tell Kayla about it because you knew that she would be mad at it. You know, and that to me is someone acting irresponsibly, right? I'm sure Evan was good at lying to you. I'm sure that Evan had a lot of things to say and was shit talking Kayla to make himself feel better and make it seem like she was this crazy bitch. But there's still so many cracks in this story for me personally.
Lies and manipulation, and I was angry with myself that I ever allowed that man into my home.
Were you angry with yourself?
Horrifying, and I'm so proud of Kayla for being able to speak up. A couple of days later, I started getting messages on Instagram from Zach Sellers, Evan's best friend.
Oof. Wait, hold on a second. I caught that. Did you guys catch that? Zach Sellers said, "You're cute." Wait. Ew. Alright, girl, I don't want to see your big face. Like, girl, bye. Where am I?
I do not.
My laptop is literally glitching. Where is the DM? Wait.
To him because I recognized that he was not the man he was telling me he was.
Really?
Just on Instagram from and I messaged him right away, that man into my home. It was horrifying, and I'm so proud of Kayla for being able to speak up. A couple of days later, I started getting messages on Instagram from Sellers, Evan's best friend.
You cute. James Sellers said you cute. This is back in 2020.
Evan had lied to both.
I need you. Wait, what? Zach Sellers. Oh, this is not a cute look for you, brother. Brother. Ugh. What has Zach Sellers been up to? Shall we check? I need to get you to teach me how to do my makeup. Haha. Evan said you need to start buying painted when I pick him up from the airport. Are you an opportunist? Did you even care about Kayla at all? And now I'm trying to look at everyone's intentions here. Like, who actually had Kayla's best interest at heart? Because it all started from Kayla, but then you guys went your own way. Like, oh my God. Hey, James, between me and you, I think you should cut Evan off. Okay. He really did do some unacceptable F shit. And told me last week that you were taking his side. Please keep this conversation between us, but I cut him off today. And then James Charles liked that message. And that was April the 7th. That's my dad's birthday. At 11:55 a.m. Urgent. Hey man, the things Evan has done is true and had us all manipulated. I've been posting my side. Evan texted me. Is there something you want to keep private? Wait, Zach Sellers has been your DM since 2020. What do people... What? Anyways.
I should cut him off. I didn't see these messages at first until he made a public TikTok accusing me of still supporting Evan behind the scenes, and I messaged him right away because I was confused.
Is this when he was like, is it during Coachella?
Messages genuinely seemed nice. He seemed like he was checking in, warning me to make sure that I was okay, and have cut Evan off because he knew that we were both told the same exact lies and stories from Evan. The only reason he even knew I was involved at all was because he was physically with Evan as his best friend, supporting him every single day. It took me 3 days with Evan to realize that something wasn't right here. It took Zach 3 months. So to act this way privately and then to get online as if I'm some...
I fear there's some truth to this. Bloody hell, blimey.
Monster was wild to me. What started off as a video of James Charles supporting Evan Johnson behind the scenes snowballed into more videos, more content, and then live streams. Every single night, Zach has been live asking for galaxies in exchange for showing more receipts.
Sorry, I'm not trying to wake up my dog because he's sleeping. Hello, baby. Oh, he's so cute. Galaxies is crazy. Can people get up and work? Like, are you not a model? Are they not paying you? I always find it funny, but James Charles, like, you can't be talking though because you be on there for Galaxies too, and so is Jeffree Star. You know, all you millionaires, you still want your Galaxies too. Hey, Galaxy this, Galaxy that. The only Galaxy I need here is a chocolate bar. Oh, clock it, right? Galaxy this, Galaxy that. Can't you bitches go make some bread? Get up and work like the regular human being. You still begging for Galaxies too. Zachary, come forward. Come to the table, please. Come to the docket. Zach Sellers, where are you at? Begging, going live every night. Is that true? Guys, I don't keep up with these people because why? I'm employed. I am employed and I like to go and touch grass and I love to mingle with my family, yeah? But of course I've got work to do as well. So when it's time to clock in, bitch, I'm clocking in. Now am I clocking in at late hours to watch Zach Sellers do live streams? No, because bitch, I'm fast asleep. I'm from the UK, okay? Is that true? Why has no one told me this before? Is that Galaxies? All right, let's continue.
He's been asking his followers for their cities and locations so he can go on tour with Kayla after this is all over with.
I'm gagged. Guys, this is true. I already know Zach Sellers because I've had to like insert clips of him saying that James Charles is suing him. This changes a lot of things. Kayla is probably shookety shook. Don't know who to believe. Been told all sorts of things. Who actually cares for Kayla in the situation? I don't know if any of these people do. Because James Charles still housed Evan. Zach Sellers, at the end of the day, you still made that video with Evan. And I know you tried to, like, I know you came to the internet with the whole thing of, like, guys, I was wrong, I found out later, which we commend you for. But you going live every single day, now saying that, oh, where are you guys from so we can go on tour? You're backfriending it. Oh my God, can people just go and get a flipping job and be normal, please? Oh my God. What? Bitch, I'm gagged.
He's even been asking for donations on PayPal to fund a merch line. This has nothing to...
Oh, you broke. Oh, we're just hiding behind the title of model now? Because I was thinking earlier, like, who do you model for? You know, they're not paying you nothing. And this is what I'm trying to say, though. Now that I think about it, bitch, this was probably paying him the bills because he was getting millions of people watching and tuning in to a lot of these TikTok videos, right? People sending him galaxies because, oh my God, he's the guy who finally had common sense about Kayla. Oh my God, a man defending a woman. We love to see it. A lot of these calculated pricks, yeah. Oh my God. Yes. I think if you were wrong for this and you were calculated, but you deserve to be called out. I think you deserve to be called out. Going live is insane, though. Like, I would love, like, I'm so sorry, all jokes aside, I mean, it's a little bit funny for me, but can someone please send me a live stream where he's, like, asking you guys, like, what city are you from? Because me and Kayla are going to tour. You're an opportunist. You are an opportunist. Did you probably have good intentions to begin with? Maybe, sure, but, like, I'm sorry, this is really creepy. Because you hear these kind of things in, like, true crimes, but, like, you don't actually, I mean, true crimes are based on true lives. You see these things on Netflix and different series, but you don't actually think that these influencers, they are very much capable. So he's out here trying to build a platform off of Kayla's name. Ooh, he's trying to be the guy who was like, finally came to his senses and helped Kayla with her story and helped the world believe Kayla, because a lot of people didn't believe Kevin and Kevin. A lot of people didn't believe Kayla and everyone was team hashtag Evan. Gagged.
To do with getting justice for Kayla and everything about making an opportunity for himself. And the perfect one came along when Be Better flew him out to Canada for their podcast interview. Aside from the timeline that I just told you guys, everything else in that hour-long episode is complete bullshit. To start rumors about somebody online is one thing. Unfortunately, I know that comes with the job, but to publicly...
How many of them have been accurate, James? Sorry, the faces that I'm making is sending me.
Accuse them of prostitution is ridiculous. There is no proof, no evidence of any of the ridiculous claims that Zach is making because they did not happen, which is why I have no choice other than to take legal action. But before I do that, I want to quickly take a second and clear the air on some things that have really set me over the edge. First and foremost, Evan Johnson and I did not in any way, shape, or form have a physically sexual relationship. We did not have sex while he was here, and I did not, under any circumstances, pay Evan Johnson for sexual favors. Not in person, and certainly not online through a secret OF account where I'm apparently funding his entire life. That is absurd. Not that it's anybody's business, but I do have an OF account. I'm a grown adult. I barely use it, but Zach, if you would like to see, I will gladly send you a screenshot of my transaction history. I have nothing to hide, and I have not sent Evan Johnson one single dollar. Zach claims to know all this information to be true because he pressured Evan into getting drunk and telling him what happened on the trip. I don't know if Evan lied to him to make the trip seem more fun and exciting, or if Zachy literally just made this up for funsies. I would like...
It could be both of them, though. It could be both things. It could be one person making up for funsies, as James Charles would say, but it could also be a thing where we know Evan likes to lie on Kayla's name, so Evan was probably trying to make it seem like it was a lot more intense than it actually was as well. I do believe that.
I would like to believe that that isn't the case and that he was manipulated in this situation as well, but he claims to have seen a video on Evan's phone of him having sex with me. Zach, post it. If you have the receipt, if you have the video evidence, you can upload it. You have my full consent and permission. I've had far worse posted.
I'ma post it now. Zach, girl, you got 24 hours to post it. I mean, I don't know who made that rule up, but I'm just saying, like, at this point, post it. 24 hours. Where is it?
To me online that I didn't consent to, go right ahead. But you can't because there is no video of something that did not happen. Be Better doesn't even stand by these claims because he's now added a disclaimer to their interview that says he was not able to verify a single thing that Zach said. Second, there's a rumor going around that I paid Evan Johnson's bail. This is not
I didn't believe that.
Public record that it was Evan's family who got him out.
I didn't believe that.
Kayla's own sister has confirmed this.
JC did not bail out EJ. I know.
No. I knew that it wasn't true, to be fair. Like, that would just be another level of insanity. And, like, whilst James Charles is insane to me on a lot of levels, I just don't think this is something that I can see him doing.
Who did? And I cannot say anything.
Third, there's a new narrative started by Be Better that I am trying to silence anybody that talks about this issue. First and foremost, this is literally the biggest thing on TikTok right now. I don't understand how anybody could possibly assume that I'm trying to silence people, but Be Better made a video basically saying that I'm working with YouTube behind the scenes to manipulate their algorithm and get their video hidden. I truthfully wish this was possible. I've been making content for 8 long years now. There are videos on YouTube with 5, 10, 20 million views that if I could have gotten them removed, I would have. But Be Better, I know you said you're having your lawyers reach out to YouTube, so YouTube, I give you my full permission to release any communications between myself or my team to you guys about this matter because, again, they don't exist. Zach has also now made a video claiming that my lawyers have reached out to him to threaten him, to silence him, and to offer him
He did say that.
This is not true. Zach, my lawyers cannot contact you directly, so instead they emailed your modeling agency because that is the only contact you have listed. There was no threat, there was no offer, they were simply asking for the contact of your lawyers. I told you I was going to sue you, and this is what the beginning of that process looks like.
Ooh.
It really sucks that at this point I am left with no options other than to pursue a case. As for Kayla, I am so fucking sorry that I ever got involved in this. I should have never believed his lies and manipulation. I should have never even responded back to him in the first place, and I'm sorry for hurting you. I genuinely do wish you the absolute best of luck, and I really hope that you get justice for what that man put you through.
Should we go ahead and check out what Zach Sellers has to say?
Hey, James. So I'm on here because I'm responding.
Top comment is, if it's real, post it. He gave permission. Someone said, you do realize this is about Kayla, not you. Someone says, does anyone else get Evan Johnson vibes from this man? Oh god, people are switching out because where was his energy before?
Hey James, so I'm on here because I'm responding to your video because you're gonna sue me and I can't wait to receive those papers and take this to court because everything I have spoken about is the absolute truth. Kind of crazy that you've been blowing the hell out of Kayla's phone up and she's not responding to you because
what is going on with these people? These are grown ass adults. Why are we like? Why is everything like? Like, I'm sorry, like, I'm not laughing because it's really not a laugh. I mean, look, I'm not laughing at the fact that, you know, it all comes down to DV and Evan Johnson and what it is that he's done, right? But I'm laughing at the fact that, like, what happened to, like, picking up the phone and calling people rather than, like, why is everything on TikTok? But I get it, though. Like, these are all TikTok creators. Someone said in the comment, and then I relate to this, I'm too old to be invested in this. Someone said there's panic behind those eyes. Girl, the internet switches things up real quickly, though. The internet will do a switcheroo buckaroo real quickly.
she knows what you are, and she knows the character that you are, and she knows it's the absolute truth. And then you want to bring up Kayla's message.
I know there's going to be someone who's going to, like, analyze this video like, oh my god, James Charles looks directly into the camera, and this guy keeps looking to the side, so he's shifty. Like, I know there's going to be someone who's going to do that.
But where are your and Evan's messages off Instagram? Oh wait, it was vanish mode. But just because it was vanish mode does not mean that we can't get a hold of those messages.
Get it!
When this goes to court...
No, like, I'm not gonna lie, it's getting to a point where it's got nothing to do with me, yeah, but I'm getting impatient. I'm getting impatient now, because it's to the point where you've let us get involved. You've let the public get involved, so now, post it. Like, honestly, post it. This is gonna be an ongoing cycle, isn't it? Just post it. He gave you the permission, post it. Do it.
Those messages. Because when this goes to court, we will be able to get all of your Instagram messages. And I'm scared for whenever they get over to
He
your
is looking to
Instagram,
the side, though.
Instagram messages and all of your vanish mode, because you don't want no one to take screenshots because who you think you are and who you are. But I'm scared that there's going to be all these little kids that are going to have to come forward because of all your past allegations. Also look at
He didn't lie. This is crazy. What have I got myself into? Oh my god. I've got to sit down here again and watch things unfold. Oh my god. Everyone is talking about this right now.
They're going to look at my character from the past, and they're going to look at your character from the past. And your character from the past...
But you found him hot, though. So that says a lot about your character. Let me stop.
Videos of you admitting everything, which is absolutely sick. You are a sick human being. I cannot wait to take this.
You know what? I fear that this guy also doesn't have the best intentions, because at the end of the day, you recorded your friend in the car with an apology. You sat there, recorded him quietly, like you were in the background, sat there holding the camera, and he was just looking at your. Do you remember that video of Evan where he's literally like looking at the phone, like, you guys don't believe her, she's effed up, like, don't believe Kayla, she's this. Like, you sat there, and I get it, like, your whole thing on the internet was to like come on and tell people that Evan is guilty and that this, that, and the other, and I'm so sorry for not believing Kayla. And of course people really respected you for it because you took accountability, and again, it's like a man defending a woman. We'd love to see it, right? But like, I don't know, in this video alone, particularly this video, I'm not going to go based on the ones that I've mentioned before, but in this video anyways, you can't deny the fact that he does look a little bit shifty.
I cannot wait to take this to court. You will be canceled, and you do not deserve a platform. At no means whatsoever.
And it isn't helping, because we didn't see the text message when you were literally like, you basically thought he was good looking back in 2020. Like, you were hitting on him basically. Let's just be so for real. Let's be so for real, right? You were hitting on him. You liked a little bit of James. I don't know, like, seeing that, it kind of makes me think that, is it because you weren't given attention from James Charles at that time, maybe, that you're just like, you're pushing for this even more? Which, again, if you have the best of intentions, then sure, so be it. But I don't know anymore, man. I don't know about any of these people
whatsoever. Also, you want to bring up, yeah, I've been going live. Absolutely, I've been going live. And you know what?
Ooh.
Just because you said that, I will be dropping Bye Sister merch, because there's no...
That's disgusting. Take this. Hold on, let me put my laptop down, please. Take this and... What? Who does that? Why are you releasing Bye Sister merch? Why are you profiting off of something that... I'm sorry, but Kayla should see this guy as a red flag too. Like, I'm sure he's been helpful with information that he's given her. And I'm sure some of it has been actually factual. But I'm so sorry, I see this as someone who is an opportunist and somebody who has an ulterior motive. Why are you creating Bye Sister merch? Why can't you go and get a job? Let's start there. Let me disconnect my cable, because now I'm actually getting serious, yeah? I think it's mad. If we're going to go ahead and call out James Charles, you should be called out as well. It really is just me trying to keep it very fair here. Why are you creating Bye Sister merch? That is weird. That's so weird. Like, that should not be your focus. No one's focus should be, let me go and find a factory that's going to be able to provide Bye Sister merch for me and create something, and people can buy it and I profit from it because I have nothing better to do and I'm just a model. Who are you even modeling for? Boy, bye. Like, I'm so sorry, this left a nasty taste in my mouth and we're not even finished the video yet. Why are you, what? This is not about you, it's about Kayla. And I think a lot of these videos are showing these people's characters. I think everyone in this situation is very nasty to a certain degree. I think everyone has other intentions here.
And that, I will be dropping Bye Sister merch, because there's no more sister. You're going to fall off.
There's no more sister? What does that mean? Is everyone insane? Or is it like... I feel like my brain is switched on, yes? So why is it that a lot of these people are making me feel so slow and stupid? What do you mean there's no more sister? This feels like... God, I don't like James Charles. I don't. And me saying this right now is like, ooh. But I have to keep it very fair here for now anyways. I think we just have to wait for Kayla to come forward, because I think Kayla is going to make a video and she is going to talk about everything. And when that happens, we will definitely be seated. But based on this right now, it's weird. It's weird. It's giving jealousy in a way. Not jealousy in the way because, oh my God. Like, when I mean jealousy, I mean like it's giving... your butt hurt that things didn't work out for you. I genuinely do think, I know James Charles didn't emphasize that text. He kind of scrolled past it in the screen recording and then he put it on the screen. But like, I just feel like it's so weird. I just feel like it's so weird. I don't know if... Let me continue. I have too many thoughts.
This takes and how many people have to keep doing this, but I will not give up. You're fucking...
You won't give... Okay, so this video was made yesterday when Kayla got her justice. I guess he's trying to say he won't give up on trying to emphasize that James Charles is wicked, and I think that's cool because we've been doing that on his platform too. He's very crazy. If you guys didn't see my last video, we really spoke about a lot of the madness that he's gotten up to when it comes to kids, right? More than one. However, I just don't know what your intentions are anymore. Kayla got her justice. It doesn't mean we have to stop speaking about it, but it's just like, what is next?
Now, buddy, because I won't give up. You think I'm nice?
And you said you won't give up. It's giving, oh, I'm making Shacoin from this. I'm getting my creators fund on TikTok. I mean, but you're probably making a lot of shitcoin from them galaxies, because apparently galaxies are a lot of money. I don't know, because I don't really, like, I don't go live on TikTok. I don't give people stuff because, excuse me, I like money too much to be giving it to other creators who should go and get a job. This ain't a cute look for you, Zach. It isn't. And James Charles is saying, drop the receipts. Drop the evidence that you have then. Post it. So why haven't you posted it then? Like, oh, God, my goodness.
Now, buddy, because I won't give up. You think I'm nice until you try to lie and try to cover up all of the allegations that you done because you're sick and you know that you're going to be canceled.
There's truth to that.
I'm not going to let that happen by no means. So, also, you wanted to bring up that you reached out to my modeling agency, your legal team did, and because that was the right way to do it. So be it. Okay, if that was the right way to do it, then let that be. But my legal team has already been in touch with yours. We're waiting on the papers because we will be subpoenaing your phone. No matter if you have 1, 2, 3, 4 phones, whatever. Because I do know there has been kids that have...
Oh, before we can... Oh, God, my head is spun. Like, I'm literally just shickety-shockety shook. I can please... God, I hate a situation where it's like, I have to figure out who's lying here. Like, I hate that I'm involved in this, but I also, I'm just, like, I'm not directly involved, but I'm here reporting on it. Therefore, like, there's just so much information coming my way with these videos, and this is a long video in case you guys haven't figured out. Oh my God.
There has been kids that have reached out to me and have
not the kids getting involved. Oh my God, this doesn't end.
There has been kids that have reached out to me and have shown me evidence where you have said, don't take screenshots. And also the Instagram messages have been on vanish mode. So this is not just, you taking up for, DV and being against Kayla. This is a lot more to it. Ooh. So I cannot wait to bring this to court. So
I'm gonna bring it to TikTok. Sorry. I'm just saying what people have been wanting to say. Bring it to TikTok. Cool. Like, bring it to TikTok as well, though. Like, hurry up. Like, am I bad for saying that? Just like, hurry up. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if I've got patience in me. I'm trying to work on it. All right, that's all this man has to say. I'm tired. I'm putting my laptop down. In fact, I'm going to shut down because, excuse me, it's enough now. All right. I didn't expect my morning to go like this. I thought we're just going to go ahead and react to James Charles' video. I didn't think it would be a long one. I did actually. But I didn't think I'd be pausing as much as I was pausing. But I did. So therefore, I have to deal with that. Guys, I know you guys are probably just as confused as me. What do you guys think about the situation? What do you guys think about Zach Sellers? Do you think he leaves a nasty taste in your mouth? Or do you believe him? What do you think of James Charles? Do you think that, this wasn't scripted and he actually was going based on the dome and he was actually being truthful and held himself accountable? I don't know though, because accountability and James Charles don't go in the same sentence. But you know what? Maybe he's trying to make a change today. I don't know. All I can say in this video is I actually don't know. Kayla, girl, justice was served yesterday for you, okay? I can't wait for Kayla's video. There's still a lot of cracks to this story. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. I've been your hostess, Keisha. And I'll catch you guys real soon for a brand new... Ow, that's meant to be a peace sign. For a brand new video. Bye.